I'd like to thank the grace of heaven, virtues of masters, our grand predecessor, or transmitters, and every one of you for giving me this opportunity to learn to speak in today's class on experiences on guiding people to receive the Tao. So I have a copies of outline here, so those that wish to have a copy, please raise your hand. Okay. So, So during the process of practicing the way of Bodhisattva before attaining enlightenment, we as Tao cultivators must at first invite all sentient beings to receive Tao. In other words, if we want to be following the ways of the Bodhisattvas, we must first bring others to receive the Tao. If we don't, then we will be only cultivating for ourselves, and in the long run, we will only be an arhat, which is one that eventually do have to reincarnate again.
If we are lucky enough.
If we're lucky enough. Yeah. Okay. But eventually, they still have to reincarnate into this physical world. But a Bodhisattva takes a vow that they will still, come back and to bring people to receive the Tao. Okay?
The difference is they have a choice where they want to go. When Buddha coming down, usually the Bodhisattva, they had a choice where they want to go, which family they want to be reborn. But normal human being, they don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. They just decide where we have to go if we have enough karmas.
So we don't really choose our parents or family?
Yeah, they can choose.
That's based on karma, basically.
Based on,
Yeah.
they can choose.
I mean, some people, if they're like bodhisattvas, but they can choose.
They can choose which.
Even if they don't have that karma, but they can still
They can
choose
choose which
to.
family they want to reborn in their family. But that's why
They go back to the same family a lot of times, right? Same.
Yeah,
kind of
depends.
birth.
But depends on their.
They usually want to be reborn into a Tao cultivating family.
So they can receive Tao,
Okay.
right? If they don't have a Tao there, it's hard to be there. They don't want to go there. They want to go to the family who can be. They know they knew they can receive Tao, right?
And have to receive it every lifetime.
Yeah,
Once
yeah.
you reborn again,
You have a human form.
yeah. Once we reborn, right? Even we are Bodhisattva in previous life. Once we are reborn, that's it. It's all over again. We start all over again. So we have to learn it, receive the Tao, propagate.
Yeah, we start over again, but
Yeah.
the maybe it's not obvious. Behind the scenes is that depending on our previous, or if we were Bodhisattva or previous cultivation, then you'll have a quote unquote at a more advantageous level. Okay, in other words, that like Siddhartha. Okay, he was a Bodhisattva prior to being incarnated 2,500 years ago. He born as a prince. He became a prince. Even though we can say, oh, that's difficult to become a Buddha. But what I'm trying to say is that you'll be at a different position. What I'm trying to say than let's say ordinary human who never cultivated in their previous lives. Okay, so that's different. All right. So the point is that there are different levels.
We can see the different immediately. Who can sit here, willing to sit down, listen, and learn this stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people may not have that kind of patience to sit here and learn that. You can see the difference from previous life. We learned that. We went through that previous life.
That's an indicator. Yeah, that's one
Indication,
indicator.
right? You can feel that, right?
Which means we had to have an affinity, which means we
We
might
did that previous life already.
Possible,
Yes.
yeah.
We already done so many things previous life. That's why we can sit here and listen to this kind of study. Otherwise, we will not be able to sit here. You know what I mean?
So that's an indicator,
Yeah.
or indirect indicator.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you. As our holy teacher stated, there is only one infinite joy among numerous worldly pleasure, that is to give up one's own interests for the sake of others. In other words, all Buddhas sacrifice themselves for the sake of other sentient beings. And we must follow the ways of the saints and Buddha and do the same for other people. Okay? To guide and save people's soul is to save ourselves. This is our mission in this world. So when we save others, we are also saving ourselves from the cycle of reincarnation. What are the basic concepts for guiding people to receive Tao? The purpose of guiding people to receive Tao is to reach a harmonious state among people, heaven and earth, and all living beings. Guiding people to receive Tao is a kind of communication. It is an art to appreciate mutual sincerity and a manifestation of the true heart and unconditional magnanimity. Before guiding people to receive Tao, we have to cultivate ourselves first and be considerate towards other people. We have to show our true concern and touch people's hearts more than just with words, okay? We have to tolerate and we have to forgive others, okay? This is the first step to the first step of friendship and to understanding people's hearts. When we guide people to receive Tao, it is a challenging self-improvement in facing different kinds of people and in learning to deal with our emotions and human relations. Learning to change ourselves may inspire our creative ideas and motivation. Guiding people to receive Tao is a responsibility. We should all be completely responsible for our own lives. Living a perfect life is to enjoy happiness with other people. If we can't complete our own duties, they will become our debts. Okay? So, in other words, before we can leave this physical world, we must pay back all our debts. Our holy teacher's 3 great vows are to save all sentient beings, to restore their innate nature, to improve public morals, to create the world of Da Tong. This is a perfect world of equality, fraternity, harmony, welfare, and justice, which is Confucius' aspirations for world harmony. And the 3rd vow is to revive the inherent culture of the Tao heritage, the Confucian belief. The basic principles of guiding people to receive Tao, the 4 all-embracing virtues. Number 1 is giving, contributing, by offering financial contributions, voluntary contributions, and the sharing of truth to all sentient beings in order to guide them to receive Tao. The second is Priyavakana. Did I say that right, Kai? Priyavakana. Yeah, that means the affectionate speech. When we speak, we must speak gentle, kind, and loving words to all sentient beings in order to guide them to receive Tao. Then the 3rd is the Arthakatiya. That means the beneficial deeds. By doing beneficial deeds to all sentient beings in order to guide them to receive Tao. And the 4th is the Samanthara, the working together. Okay? By working together with sentient beings in order to guide them to receive Tao. How to build confidence to guide people to receive Tao. Our lack of confidence originates from fear of inviting people to receive Tao. See what I was telling you before, Guy?
Yes.
This
Yes.
pertains to you.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Come back here because when we start receive Tao in the beginning, we always afraid to bring people to receive Tao. Okay, I had the same problem in the beginning. I'm afraid to talk to people about Tao. And I talked to my doctors and talked to my CEO of my company. They said, I give you 1 minute. That's it. So we need to, we can talk about this down the road. If we have 1 minute only, what do we talk about with all those people? Because they only give you 1 minute, okay? And then we need to hit the point there, affected. But once you start to get used to become happy, like our master, the master Ro, and then the Nina,
Lina.
yeah, she can bring a lot of people because she is not, her English, You know her English. It's English, right? It's not like those native people can speak the good English. But she just do it. She's very brave. Just do it. But that's why she bring a lot of people to receive that, right? She has followed a lot of people. But we need to go ahead, just do it. Don't worry about, because Buddha are next to us to help us. We don't see that. Okay. Even Judy, my wife Judy, she told Holy, one time in town, she told Holy teacher, she's afraid people in the neighborhood don't come to receive that. You know, Holy teacher said, every time you go out, I'm next to you. Holy teacher, I will next to you to help you. So we all have to do that. We all, okay? Everybody should do that. Just do it. If we don't know how to do it, just bring them to say, okay, we got vegetarian food. On Sunday, come to eat the vegetarian. We let other lecturers or master to do the other job. So we can do that. Bring to the
Let me explain to you, because I've been traveling with Transmitter Law for quite some time. Let me explain to you how she does it. This is just one example. Doesn't mean we have to do it that way. Everybody has their own way, and doesn't mean your way is wrong and her way is right, or vice versa. Every way is good as long as you can bring people in, okay, from the sincerity of your heart. Okay. Now, her father is 106 years old. She carries with her a bunch of pictures. Okay. Who is not interested in looking at a picture of a 106-year-old man? Am I right? Everybody's curious. So she would approach them. Hi, how are you? Oh, you know, my father is 106 years old. And people would want to carry the conversation. Oh, really? Yeah, you see, that's my father, and that's my mother, who's 90-something years old. And of course, that broke the ice, right? She talked for them for a few minutes. Then she would always ask for their phone number. She doesn't talk about the Tao yet. Okay. She would ask for their phone number. 99% of the time, people are willing to give her their phone number. 99% of the time. Okay? Of course, sometimes there are people that would just brush her off and walk away. Okay? This also has to do with her past affinity. I think in her past life, she probably has many affinity with all these people. That's why for her to say one word, people will follow. For me to say 100 words, people will still say no. Okay? That's why a lot of times people say, why don't you go and talk? Because your English is better. I said, no. Watch. I said, watch. So they're watching and they were impressed. Because number one, she has broken English. Tiny little woman with all gray hair. Okay, who doesn't have compassion for a woman like that, right? So that is why people warm up to her. Holy teacher said to her one time, she has very thick skin and legs of a rabbit. You know how rabbits hop and jump? That's what she has. She's always, I usually have to run after her, okay? She's walking so fast, okay? And Holy teacher says she always have to continuously do that forever, eternally.
Yeah. Come back to the next question now. Because sometimes when we bring people to receive it out, we get credit, right? But if we say people did not come to receive that, we get half of the credit too. We also get credit. You don't see that, okay? So that's just say it. Don't worry about the result. But we got to say, be carefully. When people start to get up a little hesitate to hear what we're going to say, we need to stop. We don't want to keep doing that. You can feel.
You can sense it.
You can feel that.
Okay.
Right?
Be
We need
annoyed
to
or
stop.
whatever.
Yeah, because people, bad news travels fast. Oh, look at that person. Forget about her. I'm going to run the opposite direction.
Yeah. And I also check that it's much easier for female to talk, to approach to all others. For gentlemen, it's a little harder, okay? Because when gentlemen approach the girls, people or ladies, people say, what do you want, right? So they are more careful. They're suspicious, right? But for ladies, I would say this is much easier. One time I was on the airplane, because once we started, we said, let's do it, don't wait. So we are flying from here to Taiwan. And then we usually sleep 14 and a half hours. You want to take a sleep. And I told my wife Judy, say, we have no time to sleep. We have no time to sleep. So by the time we get on the plane, by the time we get off the plane, she got eight telephone numbers from 8 people. Okay, so just keep doing that. Sometimes we get on airplane, you go to the back to stretch a little bit, right? Other people are stretched there, and then you start to talk to them. So you find different way to approach them. They may not all come to receive Tao. Only 1 out of 8 came to receive Tao, but at least we try our best. We all should try that. We all should try.
You don't have to approach the person immediately and talk about the Tao. People have no idea what the Tao is. No, nothing.
Know them.
Okay, get to be their friends first. That's how Lena does it. Okay, she doesn't say a word about Tao. Maybe the 3rd or the 4th time. Okay, maybe she gets to know them first. Okay, so this way, when they become friends, when you talk to them about the Tao, then they will come. And I noticed that when we talk about the Tao, people have no idea what we're talking about. I use the term blessing. Blessing. Everybody wants blessing. Am I right? Everybody. Whether we know them or not. All you have to do, hi, I would like to invite you to the temple for a blessing. They will come. You say, I'd like to invite you to come and receive the Tao. What the heck is she talking about? You see, that's a difference. Use the word blessing. They can learn about the term Tao once they start to attend classes, or even the 3rd treasure, we always talk about Tao. But when you first approach them, don't say Tao, blessing. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, the most important thing is to overcome our fear with inviting people. Okay? Get to know them, talk to them, become their friend, and that's how we can overcome it. Number 2, okay, only by facing sentient beings can we understand more about human nature. So therefore, do not be afraid to face all these strangers. Removing the barrier starts as solving it. How do we overcome our mental barriers to invite and guide people to receive the Tao? The fastest way is to invite them to receive Tao ourselves. Okay, not to ask somebody else to do it, but to ask them ourselves. This way we can get experience, and then once we started to do it, it'll be much easier the next time. And the more we do it, the more natural it will become. Okay. Use learning and cultivating methods to guide people to receive the Tao. It is by mercy instead of only by methods or skills that we guide people to receive Tao. However, we also need methods and skill to manifest our mercy. We can ask advice from the senior people that can help us, okay, to invite the people to receive Tao, and we can also learn from them how to do it. Improving our knowledge and learning about Tao. Tao is life. If we are sincere and make a true effort, everything we do will become a true manifestation of Tao. Okay? We will speak, we will think, our actions, everything we do will be Tao. We should prepare for ourselves extensive sources of Tao knowledge that can easily be expressed. Examples are sutras, personal experiences in Tao. These are all different tools that we can use. The scriptures are good for purifying our minds and enriching our wisdom, cultivating and increasing our abilities. We should cultivate our inner wisdom and virtue by practicing Tao in daily life. We should keep an unattached heart in doing everything and control our thoughts to remain unattached. We should learn a certain profession to interact with others, such as music, painting, communication with a sense of humor, knowledge on Buddhism, the art of chess, literature, computer, and internet. We can use our knowledge in these areas to talk to people so we can first break the ice. Okay? To cultivate and propagate Tao, we can start with people closest to us in our personal daily life, such as our parents and our friends. we can invite them to receive the Tao first. Okay. You hear that? Okay, because I mentioned to him this morning because he told me his sister is in town. I said, did you talk to her about receiving the Tao and coming in for the blessing? He goes, no, I haven't. He's afraid. He's got that fear. Okay, so you gotta break that fear.
The other thing is sometimes take a bow in front of the temple and just talk to our teacher or Buddha. Buddha, I'm going to bring my brother, my sister, my family, all my friends and sit down. Please help. So our predecessor always said that. What did he say? What the predecessor said?
Call his name 3 times.
Oh, said when we have difficulties in bringing people into the temple, call his name 3 times. He will always be there. His name is Da De Zhen Jun. Okay. Da De. You can write that down. Da De. Okay, that's our predecessor.
Yeah, just call his name. He's coming down to help. See, it's beautiful. Even holy teacher too.
Da De Zhen Jun. I hope I spelled it right? Da De. Huh?
Say your Weibo to be right on there too.
Yeah. That is the statue in the small temple, lower table on the right side, the far right. That is Da De Zhen Jun. Okay? So if we have difficulty, we say his name 3 times. He will always be there by our side. Okay, guy, when you go home tonight, talk to your sister and say his name, memorize his name. Okay. You ask him for his mercy. Okay. So he will always be there to help us.
It's interesting. Even the Buddhas will be there to help. Okay?
Okay. So all things have Tao. So even the trivial things in our daily life can be used to explain Tao. Courage to do introspection and examine ourselves, make us aware of our spiritual blind spots. If we constantly do introspection, that is self-examination, okay, we can grow and improve ourselves. No one is perfect. However, we hope the result will be like a circle that's round and perfect. That's what we aim for, okay? Zhenzi said, each day I examine myself in 3 ways. In doing things for others, have I been disloyal? In my interaction with friends, have I been untrustworthy? And the third is, have I not practiced what I have learned? So when we face ourselves honestly, we can understand what the real problem is. Motives to receive Tao. These are some of the motives that people are willing to receive Tao. Sentimental motive. That is, people that feel good about the temple, our Tao temple. Example, they keep receiving these hearty invitations from temple on the emails or phone calls from the Tao Kins to come and attend classes or come and check out our temple, okay? Or even when we come to the temple, we make our own friends among the temple. The second is rational explanations. Okay. People are satisfied and happy with the explanation and expression of the truth. The third is conditional motives. When people encounter difficulties or when things are not going smoothly, they would love to come to the temple to get comfort, okay? Such as being dissatisfied with work or suffering from a physical sickness or pain, and then they will love to come to the temple and receive the Tao.
They're seeking
They're seeking
an end to that.
spiritual comfort. Okay, that's what people in. Remember a few years ago there were a period where jobs were were very scarce, right? And you see more people in the temple because there's so many jobless people. So they're looking for spiritual comfort.
In bad times, when times are bad, people tend to, because they want out, right? They want out of that bad situation. So they seek some I don't know. Well, that's when they seem to have found faith, but it may not be long-lived, but
Yeah.
at least for the short
For
time,
the short time.
they're seeking something to help them out. And then, whether they stay, that's another story.
Right. Okay, how to invite and guide people who do not receive Tao easily. There are easy people and there are difficult people. Number one is the stubborn. These are atheists, intellectuals, or believers of any religion. People who find it hard to accept new ideas. So we can first improve our relations with these people to help them understand more about Tao step by step. If they still don't want to receive, we can't force them to accept it either, okay, because the Tao is natural. So we can use examples of true miracles as evidence of the preciousness of Tao. The second is the timid people. These are people who cannot make decisions for themselves, but need other people to do it for them. For example, if they were asked to come and receive the Tao, they would say, "Oh, I have to ask my family first, or I have to ask my friends first." Then, in order to help these people to receive Tao, we first invite their family and their friend and talk to them about it. Let them receive first, let them understand first, and then approach them again. Okay. Then the third is what we call the foolish people. These are people who do not believe there is a Tao within each one of us, but search for a Dharma elsewhere. For example, they assume that to worship God and Buddhas is by sacrificing animals, okay, and that will bring them blessing. Okay. Or they like helping others, but they do not believe all sentient beings possess a Buddha nature. In order to help these people receive Tao, we must first guide them patiently, explain the truth, and offer real examples as evidence of Tao. Then,
Can I add one point here?
yes,
We asked Holy Teacher last year and the last couple years ago, why those people cannot receive Tao? Why those people cannot come to Dharma class? You know what Holy Teacher said? Because their affinity are not mature enough yet. Their affinities are not mature enough yet. That's why, you know what teacher say, okay, we ask teacher, what can we do? Teacher say, we can take a bow for them. Sometimes take a bow for them with a friend or temple member, take a bow for them. That's one thing. Or sometimes we can transfer some merits which we have to them too. Okay? Sometimes I encourage people to say, okay, we try to donation, I try to make a small donation for myself. No, because if my brother have not received out yet, because we already here. We need to write their name, give merit to them, give the merits to them. So they have the merit for them in order for their affinity to mature a little quicker. So sometimes that's important. Or sometimes Holy Teacher also mentioned that sometimes when people receive it out, we can transfer some merit to them too. Okay? So in order for them to receive it out, for the affinity to be mature quicker than normal. So Holy Teacher teaches us how to do that. Yeah. Thank you.
okay, then the fourth one, we have the ignorant people. Those who are much attached to fame and wealth and passionate love. They say that they are too busy or they are bound by emotional love. Or they claim that when they have more time after they retire, then they will come and receive the Tao. Okay? We can wait until their situation is clearer or have changed. Okay? Then we can still invite them to receive Tao. We may also ask another person of proper status to invite to receive Tao if we find that it is very difficult to invite them. Some points to be noted when inviting people to receive Tao. Even if we have great ambition to invite people to receive Tao by embracing them and joining groups of people, we should be very careful to do so. If we do not have a deep understanding of Tao, we can go with other Tao members who can help in convincing people to receive Tao. Avoid criticizing other religions, beliefs, and political statements. Okay? We never criticize. It is better to examine and evaluate the personal characters and behaviors of those who are ready to receive Tao. It is improper to invite the following people to receive Tao. People suffering from serious mental illness, or extremists, or people who have careers that harm sentient beings, such as
Which
butchers, exterminators,
dealing in weapons and
dealing
drugs.
in weapons, Okay.
In this case, how do they receive that? Anybody want to speak?
hunters, yeah.
Okay, we did ask Holy Teacher if some people have a effect in the purse or something happened to them. How do they receive that? Anybody want to know? It makes it.
No, there's a hand-
The whole family must receive and cultivate,
Whole family.
in order for them to receive.
receive that.
Because the reason why they are the way they are is due to past karmas. Okay?
Whole family.
So they must do all that to offset and help this person to receive.
Whole family.
Okay?
Must receive
So
that.
that's why we must be careful when we invite them, okay? Because we are responsible for them. Okay? So also this, yeah.
Holy Teacher also said one thing to the one master. Okay. And this is different temple, not different temple. Holy Teacher told his masters, he said, did you feel your health is getting worse and worse? Holy Teacher said, do you know why? Because this master sometimes does all those kind of, do the Tao receiving for those kind of people. So the Holy Teacher said, did you feel your health is getting worse and worse? So because the master had to bury those karmas too. Yeah. That's what happened to them.
Yes. That's why it's very important that, be very careful who we bring in. Okay. If someone is doing bad things, we must transform them. Make sure they are being a good person for a while before we can bring them in. Okay? Because we are all responsible for the person that we bring in. So if we invite, let's say if a male invites a female or a female invites a male to receive the Tao, please be very careful. You can ask another Tao member to accompany you, okay? Because proper propriety and manners are very important. Because sometimes we want to avoid the fact that sometimes the Tao receivers may misunderstand our intention and think that we want to go out or date this person. You understand? So that's why it's very important. We got to be very careful. Before inviting people to receive Tao, we can begin with general conversations about jobs, about families, to reduce the pressure on our guests and on us. Okay? So let them warm up first. Okay? We should not be too subjective while sharing the message of Tao. We should be flexible to choose proper topics to discuss with Tao receivers, suitable to their level of understanding. Okay? Otherwise, you're talking for half an hour, they have no idea what you're talking about.
Even people coming here, we can bring them to the lunch, invite them for the lunch. Even they don't receive Tao, fine. Or they can attend our class. Then they say, okay, they are not ready. That's fine. It's not ready, so okay, they come in, they can receive Tao immediately. It's not such requirement. So we can let them go slowly to accept it.
Yeah, some people say, I just want to see what your classes are about. We inform the seniors they are not here to receive the Tao yet, just to listen in class. So we respect their wishes, okay? But we must inform the seniors in advance. Otherwise, we all go and approach this person. Do you want to receive the Tao? Do you want to receive the Tao? They will get so annoyed they'll never come back. You get the point? Always let us know first so we don't approach them. Okay? It is better to use our personal examples or experiences as evidence to avoid problem with second-hand examples or rumors which may not be true. Okay? So always avoid that. If a temple is chosen as a place for sharing, it is better to limit the number of people to 2 or 4 to avoid being disturbed while talking about the Tao, and it will affect their thinking. It's also better to do it in small group, because when we have a large group, if one person is against it, everybody will not receive. Okay? Always do it 2 to 4 people. Okay? So that's why it's important to do that. The warm-up for the discussion should take no more than 30 minutes. It could be less, but it cannot be more than 30 minutes. Then we can start to switch the subject to discussing to receiving the Tao, to avoid becoming tired or it becoming too late for the discussion and may have a negative impact on the people. Even if we only spoke for 10 minutes and they agree to receive, we should stop talking. Because if we continue to talk, they may change their mind. It happened before. Once they agree, do not talk anymore. You can talk about something else. I only spend 10 minutes and nothing more than that. Once they agree to fill the form, I don't talk. I can talk about other things. I can talk about who we pray to, what the Buddhas are. I can explain what the ceremony will be of, and that's it. I don't talk further. If the Tao receiver have questions and that cannot be answered by us or by our companions, we can invite them to the temple for a further discussion. We should not be afraid to be rejected by those we want to invite to receive Tao. Because even if they reject, we are planting the seeds for the future. So in other words, even if they do not receive the Tao, we are still planting their seeds. In the future, sometimes, maybe in the next life, once they come across this word Tao, they will agree. Okay? So no matter what, when opportunity arises, we must cherish that opportunity and talk to the people. Okay? But if opportunity is right in front of us and we do not speak, we are not doing our share. We are not doing our responsibility. Okay? We must open the mouth. Don't be afraid. What is the worst that can happen? They would just say, no, I'm not interested. But you're planting the seed for the future. So you can do no wrong.
Human being, the Holy Teacher said, the worst case for human beings is now we always think we are poor, we couldn't suffer anymore, we couldn't take anymore. Holy Teacher said the worst case for the people is we keep reincarnating. Keep in reincarnation. We couldn't avoid the cycle. We couldn't, right? That's the worst case. From Buddha's point of view, we couldn't get out from this cycle. Human beings say, no, I couldn't get out from this because my hunger, because my poor life, because my suffering life. But Buddha see we are in reincarnation cycle. We couldn't get out from this cycle. So that's the worst case for us. That's how Buddha see it. Right?
Yeah. And we never give up on an individual. I had a friend, took me 10 years. Finally he came.
Don't feel bad.
10 years. So don't give up on anybody.
My younger brother took me more than 10 years to my younger one. More than 10 years. My second brother takes minutes for him to receive that. My youngest one, 10 more years. Okay?
Everybody's affinity is different.
Timing is different.
Yeah,
Right.
Foundation.
Yeah. So don't give up on anybody. And don't get so discouraged because they didn't agree to come.
Yeah.
Okay,
Even
and
they
say,
come-
I will never do this again. No.
Even they come, they could say at the end, I always go to the lecture hall and the lecture news house, right? We prepare everything, the food, everything, talk about all the stuff. At the end,
They didn't
we
receive.
didn't want to receive it. We
It's
said,
okay.
"Fine, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's
There will be
okay.
other times.
Other times.
Okay. Even though a meal was prepared, okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
So you eat the meal and become their friends. Yeah, establish a relationship. So even if you take them out to dinner and they don't agree, I spend all the money for the dinner. It's okay. The Buddha said the money you spend on the meal is also a merit. Even your parking car meter is also a merit.
Yeah,
Look on the positive.
yes,
Don't
yes.
look on the negative.
yes.
Even if you have to drive an hour to pick them up for dinner, it's okay. Okay? Don't say, why did I do that? Okay. You did it because that's your responsibility.
Yeah, the
That's
Buddha.
your mission. Okay. Are they still
Yeah,
talking?
no, they're done.
Oh, they're done. Okay. I thank you for your attention. If I say anything wrong, I ask God and all the saints and Buddha for their forgiveness.